Hi Hempstead, it's Mrs. C from the counseling office with another Tuesday tip. With the second semester now underway, it is a good time to talk about setting some goals. Why do we need to set goals? Most of us have a general idea of what we want to do and how we can get there, but taking the time to go through the goal setting process gives a more streamlined sense of direction. It also helps us to figure out why we want to achieve our goal and provide some accountability. Here are 5 steps you could follow as you are identifying and setting your goals. This shouldn't be a surprise, but the first step is to actually select your goal. Good goal setting is kind of like the Goldilocks story. You don't want it to be so hard that you aren't likely to achieve it, but you also don't want it to be so simple that you can achieve it easily. It should scare you just a little bit and definitely make you excited for what lies ahead. Many of us have heard of SMART goals, and there is a good reason that this is the pattern most followed when goal setting. A good goal should be specific. Exactly what do you want to do? It should also be able to be measured. Based on the parameters you have set, anyone should be able to look at where you are and determine if you have reached your goal. The goal also needs to be attainable and realistic. Simply wanting to do it isn't enough. You should care enough about your goal to want to put in the work. Another word for that is relevant. And finally, there must be an end date for your goal. Otherwise, you can keep pushing it off indefinitely. A common goal that students will set is that they want to get better grades. Although this isn't a bad idea, this doesn't qualify as a SMART goal because it isn't specific, we don't know how to measure it, and there is no timeline. However, saying that your goal is to earn a 3.0 GPA this semester does fit the criteria. It is specific, and we can measure it by checking your grade point at the end of the semester. The fact that you had a 2.7 GPA the prior semester shows that a 3.0 is a realistic goal, and having the financial incentive of potential scholarships makes the goal relevant to you. And finally, it gives the end date of the end of the semester, so it is timely. Once you have written your goal, the next step is to figure out why you want to achieve it. Most people struggle from time to time as they are working to achieve a goal, and it is easy to feel like giving up. Reminding yourself why you want to achieve your goal makes it more likely that you will push through the hard times and be successful in the end. Once you know your why, take a look at your goal to see if it needs to be broken down into smaller pieces. Most goals are initially too big to handle all at once. Breaking big tasks into several smaller chunks makes it more likely that you will make it to the end. It also allows you to check your progress as you go versus simply waiting until the deadline you have set to evaluate your progress. It is also a good idea to plan for roadblocks. There are almost always obstacles when working toward a goal. When you think of potential barriers, identify people who can help you get past them. Make a list of things you will need to do when you get stuck and keep them in a handy spot. And think back to see if you have overcome a similar obstacle in the past. If you have, what did you do and would it work in this situation? In addition, think about how you plan to talk to yourself when you are struggling. In a previous Tuesday tip, Ms. Cox talked about how your thoughts influence your feelings, which influence your actions. Having some kind and forgiving phrases ready to go when you fail or are struggling will make it more likely that you will get back on track quickly. The final step is to write down your goal. A study was conducted by the Harvard School of Business, and they determined that 83% of people don't set goals at all. 14% have goals in their heads, and they are 10 times more successful than those without goals, but they still are not as successful as they could be. The 3% who write down their goals are 30 times more successful than those who don't think about goals at all, and they have triple the success rate of the group who have goals but don't write them down. If you have selected a goal that you really care about, wouldn't you like to triple the likelihood that you will achieve it? If so, write it down, and even better, post it somewhere where you will see it on a regular basis. Put a post-it note on your mirror or maybe have it be the home screen on your phone. Being reminded on a regular basis of what you are working toward makes it more likely that you will get there. Finally, remember that achieving your goals is hard work. There are going to be times that you think your goal is impossible, that you can't achieve it. Just remind yourself that if it was easy, you would have already done it. Look back on the steps you took as you were writing your goal. Why do you want to achieve it? Did you skip a step when you broke down your plan? Who was someone that you have identified to help you when you fall? Then remind yourself that you simply haven't achieved your goal yet, but with sustained effort and using your resources, you will get there. Thanks for listening, Hempstead. Hope you enjoyed your Tuesday tip.